Hello and welcome to the Donna Show. This is your host, DJ Donna, and in this show, we have a very special artist today whose song went certified gold, sold millions of records before streaming even existed. Well, his single in 2004 created quite a buzz and has remained one of my favorite songs till date. And he has also collaborated with one of our finest DJs to bring out a Bollywood version of that song as well. Also, he has reached multi-platinum level, landing on several countries' Billboard charts in 2004, and is still played on the radio, performed in concerts, at music festivals, and in nightclubs globally. There's a reason why they call him the feel-good man. His eclectic tracks can't help but to make listeners feel warm as he brings with him the island life with a touch of soccer to the dance floor. Well, he broke through the mold back in traditional releasing of music and breaking into the industry in 2003 with his hit single, Turn Me On. I'm sure you guys have heard that song and love that song. And he also topped the charts around the world. He is none other than Kevin Little. How are you doing, Kevin? How are you?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Awesome,
Finally, it's a
awesome.
pleasure to have you on our show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, well, do we start the question answer round? Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, Kevin, tell us something. When did you realize you wanted to be a singer?
I love singing from a very young age. Probably I wouldn't say I realized, but I was always singing along with the radio as a very little kid. From six and
Right.
7 years of age. I think at the age of 13, I realized because I started mimicking certain singers and my voice sounded really good and everybody liked it. And then one day I performed because I joined this dance group that my
Right.
uncles have. And the interesting story is I got into the group because of this girl in school that I liked.
Okay.
She was older than me. She invited me to the dance group, and
Right.
I the that year the dance group had a fundraiser, and what we would do, we would have everybody who has other talents besides dancing come and do something. So if you're an actor, we would put together a skit. If you're a singer, you pick a song and you go and sing, and we would do dance numbers, of course. That was
Right.
standard, but the other things to make it more interesting. And so I wanted to sing, and I said, I could sing, so let me try. I sang for everybody in the group because we had the meeting, we sat down, and everybody displayed their talent. I sang for everybody, and they were so excited. They loved my voice, and I got the opportunity to perform at the show at the fundraiser. And
Right.
yeah, it went crazy, the all the girls, because it was like a tea party type of fundraiser. So
Right.
everybody was sitting down, sipping on tea and eating cake. It was a very prim and proper event.
Right. Right.
And but when I got on the mic and I started singing, man, all the girls went crazy. They jumped up from the table and ran to the stage and stuff like that. And that was when I realized that, I could actually do something with this. So I kept
Right.
at it. Yeah, from then I was like between the age of 13 and 14 at the time.
Right. So, how supportive was your family when you decided to start singing?
Well, my mom was really the breadwinner of the house, and she was the boss of everything. Really, I
Right.
just, she would support me with everything I do. I think after a while, though, after 6 or 7 years from the time I was like 14 or 15, hearing me singing every minute, she started to get frustrated with me because it was a dream of mine, and she would get really mad at me for it because I was really noisy. Yeah, I was very very noisy. I was when my voice was bad or good, I was singing. I was trying to do things that I hear other singers do, and better my vocal talent.
Right.
So she wasn't not supportive. I was just very annoying.
I think that's with all the kids around. I mean, everybody is just annoying and naughty and noisy all the time.
Yeah, and I was one of the. When it came to the noise, I was Very, 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 very guilty.
Great. So, how many songs did you release before your hit single "Turn Me On"?
Actually, I started recording right after I did that performance. I went and I recorded a dancehall song on that beat for Buju Banton, "Walk Like a Champion." Because I
Right.
used to love dancehall. Dancehall was a thing for me, and one of the
Wow.
artists I used to follow was like Nitty Gritty and I'm trying to remember the name now. Some of the others that had a similar songling kind of voice. So I created a song called "Don't Go Under the Covers Without Your Rubbers" because in those days AIDS was a big thing, you know. And I had this song on that same "Walk Like a Champion" rhythm, going "Don't go under the covers without your rubbers. I know, well, don't go under the covers without your rubbers." You know, there's like, I don't know, you know, because I took melodies from this singer that I heard singing like that, and I just I just ran with it and wrote my own lyrics because it was like a dub rap for health competition.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how I really started. I actually got into bands after that because I formed my own singing group with my friends at school. It was me, Sean Sutherland, Oswald Bailey, Kenny Miller. There was a whole bunch of guys that in my class we got together who loved singing and stuff, and we formed a group called Suede, and that made me even more seen and popular because now I was not just seen with the dance group. Now I'm known with this popular boys group in school because in those days, Boys to Men, All for One, As Yet, all these
Yeah.
groups were popular. So I got more popular from that and was seen with all the people of my peers, all the younger generation. And the bands now started trying to get me to join them, and I got into a few bands at the age of 17, and I recorded like about 4 or 5. So I would say about 6 recordings I did. I did about
Right.
6 recordings before I became successful with Turn Me On.
Right. So, how was "Turn Me On" thought of? What inspired you to bring "Turn Me On"? I mean,
Hold on, I'm gonna walk out to the sun right now. The sun is beginning to heat me up. um, well, Turn Me On was really a song that was uh, I it's an interpolation. The song I interpolated a 112 record called All My Love, and the reason I did it was because I heard the same artist that's on Turn Me On, Madzat, that
mhm.
does well. It's a big dancehall song on a Madzat alongside Kevin Little. The year
Right.
before, he
Right.
had a song called Thong Song.
Yes. Yes.
Thong
Of course.
Thong Song. Well,
Of
no,
course.
he took the Cisco song, Thong
Okay.
Song, and he
Okay.
created a song, Le We Mash Down Tongue. So
Okay.
because it's carnival and we always marching and dancing in the street with the floats
Right.
and stuff in
Right.
carnival. So this song was Le We Mash Down Tongue. Let me see your rock
Okay.
them. Let me see your hands them, cause we all jumping and waving rags and flags. Let me see the flag them. Let me see the rags them. So he changed it completely. So he changed thong song completely to a soca song called "Le We Mash Down Tongue." So
Oh wow.
yes, so I said, "Yo, that's a great idea. I'm gonna take that," and I took the 112 song and I created "Turn Me On," and that's how "Turn
Wow.
Me On" came about. I actually the the song I wrote the song differently at first, not all of it, just a few lines. And then my girlfriend at the time, she said to me, "Write the song from being in a party, you know, like it, you still ain't create no imagery for me. Like, where are you in this song? You know, to
Right.
make it more interesting." So that's when I went back and I went, "For the longest time we're jamming in the party, and you're whining on me, pushing everything." So that's how that whole story really developed.
Right. But
Yeah.
I remember hearing you, in one of your interviews where you said that love me," that the chorus, I think, you
The
recreated the whole
bridge.
chorus, yeah, inside the studio.
Yeah, that was recorded. That was recorded off the top of my head because at the time I had that song that I had written. I had written that song with something like that. Hug me, kiss me, squeeze me, hug me, kiss and caress me. It was in a song that I had written before, so it was already
Right.
in my head, and I just whilst recording the song, right after the chorus finished, I just went, hug me, kiss me, squeeze me. It just came to me, and I was like, let's try it. And I kept singing, and it came out, kiss and caress
Oh
me.
wow.
Yeah, it just came out the way it came out, and we just left it like that. Yeah, it just worked, you know?
Oh, it's one of my favorite tracks. Till date. Till
Mm-hmm.
date. Like every time I hear it in a club, I'm like, okay, that's my song. I have to go and dance, you know?
Yeah. But you see, the thing about music is that you never know what will work. You know, sometimes some things are just fated. Because I had created that lyrics for a song, a different song, when I was much younger. You know, I was like
Right.
13 or 14. It was it's the first song I ever wrote that lyric came from. That whole line, hug me, kiss me, squeeze me. That was actually the
Wow.
first song I ever put pen to paper and created, and it came that part came back and became part of a
Such
hit
a
song for
huge
me.
hit. Such a huge hit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So,
So
you know, Turn Me On being such a huge hit, how do you feel about it? Back in the days, like, you know, when things were just starting off for you, how did you feel about it?
I mean, yo, it was exciting. I think that there's no words to describe something like that. You know, when you actually really work hard towards your dream and see it come to fruition in such a big way. You know,
Right.
it's not something you can prepare for. It's not something that you can do differently. You can't look at it and say, oh, if I go back, I would do it this way, because really and truly, if you go back and change any little thing, it won't happen.
It won't
You know,
happen, right.
it won't happen, because it was just that time in my life that I was going to all the parties and dancing with all the girls and looking for women every weekend and stuff like that. And that was that experience that I put down on paper,
Right, right,
and that is what transcended in the song when I delivered it. So it was very real to people in the Caribbean and to the people of the world.
right, right. Tell our viewers about soccer music. You know, a lot of our viewers don't really know anything about soccer music. So
Hmm.
why don't you just, you know, brief us a bit about the style and what soccer music is all about?
Well, soca music is the mixture of soul and calypso. Yeah, so they say soca. Um,
Right,
but the thing is that with soca, it comes from the island of Trinidad and Tobago. Rash Shorty, I think, is the name of the gentleman that created the original
right,
sound of soca. And then over the years, a lot of the artists have transitioned it in different ways, across the West Indies, because Carnival itself, soca music, is the music of Carnival, because it comes from Calypso, which is
right,
also the music of Carnival and is very rooted in the culture of all the islands,
right,
Calypso music. So what basically happened is that every island has a carnival, and every island has calypso competitions. So
okay,
Trinidad, who was the one to pioneer soca, that influenced the rest of the islands as well. And
right,
throughout the years, the artists throughout all the islands come up with their own version of how soca fits with their what's happening in their neighborhood. So in Trinidad, they had things like rapso and groovy soca, and then you would come to my country, St. Vincent, and you would hear about raga soca,
oh
and
wow,
yeah, and then you go to Grenada and you would hear about jab jab,
okay,
which is a different type of soca again, and then you will go to Antigua and these places and you will get zouk.
oh yeah, Zouk I know about.
Yeah, well, zouk is very close to soca as well. They're very very close relatives. It's like brother and sister.
Oh,
So yeah, all these songs that come out of the Caribbean are so tightly knit and under derivatives of the original calypso
right,
music. Yeah.
right. So, any new artists you're collaborating with at the moment?
Um, yeah, I'm collaborating right now with Skinny Fabulous, who's a really
Okay.
big soca artist, and an artist that grew up in the same island as me. Me and him seeing each other's growth and have done songs in the past, even before he became well known in the region. So
Okay.
I'm working on something with him right now. I'm also working the producer of that record, Burak Ita. He's a very big dance DJ out of Amsterdam. He's a part of that project. I'm working on something with Alison Hines, who's another major artist in soca music. I don't know if you know the song "Roll It, Gal" and the remix of "Turn Me On" that had the female vocals.
I do play roller girl on my sets as well till date.
Yeah, yeah. So
Alison
Alison
in.
Hines. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. So, there's a lot of collaborations. I'm working with this African artist as well. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name, but he's really huge. He has like 5 million followers. Um, he's new. Oh my God, it's like all three of us on a record. I just don't have the names at the top of my head right now. I'm actually
Right,
going
right.
back in studio on Monday to finish that record.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So any new track? Any what's your new track about?
It's just really Kevin Little style. My music is always about party, girls, fun, and then sometimes you might get something a little more deep and serious from me. But really, even when people approach me, that's what they're coming for. That club song, that turn
Yeah.
me on feel type of record.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. So Kevin, if not a singer, what would you have been?
If not a singer, okay. Well, hey, I was working at the Customs and Excise Department in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I was a customs officer at the
Wow.
time.
Wow.
I'm not sure where I would have been because this was all I wanted. I was just doing jobs to get by in the meantime.
Right, right.
Hmm.
So any difficulties, struggles you faced, during when you started as a singer? You want to share any kind of difficulties, struggles that you faced?
Well, the difficulties and struggles that I faced were basically the same across the board for everybody. But, for every individual, the path on which your struggles arise and the way that they arise is different. I think for me, mine was more the struggle of having people telling me that I can't do what I'm doing now, where
Right,
I'm successful not just as a soca artist, but as an international artist whose music plays with R&B, plays in pop. Pop music is actually where my music is most popular a lot of the times, and then you have
right,
the diaspora of the Caribbean and the Caribbean genres or radios and platforms. But I created something that put me in R&B, which is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be an R&B singer, and it just put me in a position that is even beyond my dreams. I'm an international artist, not just an R&B or a soca or a dancehall or a pop artist. I could go any direction I want to go, which is a very unique position to be in. And
right.
I had people just basically tell me I can't do it. People always would be like, "Yo, what you trying to do? There's too much competition existing there. The competition there is too great. You can't do that."
It must make you feel elated, after all that people have said that you can't make it, and you've reached international waters.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So Kevin, tell us about your collaboration with DJ Kilogram for your new single. I mean, for your old single. Turn me on.
Oh yeah.
How
Well,
was your experience
it
working for
was
a
really
Bollywood?
cool. It was really cool. He came to Miami. We shot the video here, and it was a really awesome experience. He's such a great guy, such a cool fella to work with, and he's very positive and very empowering. We really collaborated. It's a true collaboration. He really
Right,
kept me in the loop, and we really planned and got the song executed together.
right,
And I'm really thankful for him. Helping me to give new life to the record in India. Yeah.
right, right. Absolutely. So, Kevin, do you have anything you want to talk to about to our viewers? Anything you want to tell our
Well, hey,
viewers
I haven't
about
been
your
to
art?
India enough. I haven't been to India enough. Y'all need to bring me over there on that side of the world.
We are definitely waiting for it.
Yeah, I've gone to Gao. Is it just Goa? I think I went to, yeah, Goa.
Goa, Goa,
Yeah, Goa. Oh my God,
Goa.
forgive me. Goa. Yeah, Gao. Yeah, Goa.
GOA, Goa. Yes, 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 yes.
Goa. Yeah, you have to forgive
Yeah.
me. See, that's because I've not been to India enough. I'm not so
I'm
familiar
sure we
with
are
the
just
nonsense.
waiting to get you here. We're waiting to get you here for sure. All right, we've got
Yeah.
rapid fire round for you now. Quick answers.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
Kevin. Three things no one knows about you.
Three things. What are three things no one knows about me? Oh, I can dance really well. I'm a dancer. I'm an actor as well. I used to act originally. When I first started in the dance group, I was acting. Even in school, I was in acting. Let me think. Well,
One more thing.
besides me being an entrepreneur, one of the things I'm working on is doing, I'm very into technology. I did electronic engineering at school,
Oh
and
wow.
I was always into tech. So right now I'm actually working on a delivery app for the
Right,
Caribbean, and
right.
that is my main project right now.
Wow. All right.
Mhm.
Uh, what is the easiest way to piss Kevin Little off?
To piss me off, I don't know, man. I don't know that you want to piss me off. But in any case,
You
but
will be aware.
the easiest way, huh? I don't think there's a just an easy way. I think once, if you can say what you want to say to me, you can be mad at me, you can be angry at me, but don't get in my face. Don't try to make an attempt to assault me in any
Right,
kind of way. That's the
right,
easiest way to piss me off because you can be mad, you can say what you want to say. I could say back to you what I want to say, but I would never get in your face. You get in
right.
mine, we're gonna have a problem.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Three words to describe the life of Kevin Little.
Exciting, man. I mean, everybody's life has got its ups and downs, but hey, I can't
Right,
complain. We have as human beings our good days and our bad days, but
right.
man, it's been a journey for me. I'm very blessed, and yo, what else can I say?
All right, Kevin. One thing you would want to want to change in the industry.
um, I think that the way that the industry is regulated, I think that the music industry is under regulated,
Right,
and it allows for it to be run like the wild wild west, where a lot of people are being robbed, and major corporations are holding a lot of people hostage in terms of their income and the way that income is made in the industry.
right,
Because of that, yeah, I think that the governments and of countries around the world need to unite on proper regulations of the music industry, because there is a lot of income and wealth to be made in the industry, but because of the way things are regulated, and
right,
and and the education around the business of music is, and even the perception that the regular man who may be a doctor or a lawyer may have of our industry, it's affected by the way our industry is treated by the official governments of countries and stuff like that. So
right,
it kind of trickles down. The industry is looked at as a game thing, a fun thing, not a really a career. It's a lottery. It's if you win it, you win it. If you don't, you're gonna be doing that for the rest of your life, living poor. So
right.
yeah, and that's because the industry is not properly regulated. So hey, that's it. Yeah, that's what I think.
The most exciting thing in your life at the moment?
My projects, I'm working on this delivery app, and I'm also working on a payment app as well to go with the delivery app, so that
Oh wow.
digital payments can be done in the region.
Right.
So these things are very exciting to me because, as a singer, which is what I really wanted to do, I have reached a very high place in music, and I want to do more. I've always wanted to be in technology, and now what I've earned and the wealth that I've accrued in my career, I
Right.
can do other things, and this is what I'm trying to do. Go back to that part of my interests.
Right. Last two
Hmm.
questions for you, Kevin.
Hmm.
You've released a new track called Nikki.
Yeah.
You want to tell a little bit about that to us?
Yeah, man. Nikki is a record that was produced by DJ Slim. I actually did all my vocals here in Miami, Florida. DJ Slim, who's a French DJ in Dubai, was somebody I did some shows with when I was there a few years back, and then he kept in touch with me, sent me this track, and the track was fire. I was like, "Yo, let me make this record." I came up with that song, Nikki, and the rest was history, man. When I went into the studio and did it, it just came out. It's one of those things, sometimes it's just, it just works. You come up with the lyrics and the melody, and everything just flows. And that
Right.
was the experience with creating that record.
You wanna sing like four lines for us? Four
Nikki,
lines? Yeah.
um, you know what you do to me. You're driving me, girl. When you bend, you get 10 out of 10, 10. I just see way that you bend, you get 10 out of 10, 10. Listen, nicky, 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 nicky. Wind back your waist and grind pa me dicky like nicky, 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 nicky. 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 Wind back your waist and grind for me dicky like nicky, 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 nicky. Nicky, 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 nicky. Nicky, 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 nicky. When you kiss me on my neck, girl, you giving me a hickey like. Her mama never let her come to a stage show, so it's the first time she see Kevin Little. So when me tell her wine and bend down low, I never knew that girl could have wine so. So surprisingly, she pushed it back on me. Her waistline rubbery, like a snake hypnotized. Girl, when you bend, you get 10 out of 10, 10. You just see where that you bend, you get 10 out of 10, 10. Listen.
Oh, awesome, Kevin. All right. Any career advice you want to give to all the budding artists out there?
Yo, keep on doing what you do, man. Don't give up. We're living in a changing world, and every day new advances and new advances in technology and in other forms of development in the world are happening. And keep positive and just keep doing what you do. Some artists out there, it may seem daunting, but if it's your dream and you really want it, you just got to keep ponging on that wall until it breaks down.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us, Kevin. It was a pleasure to finally have you on my show. Thanks so
All
much.
right. All right. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you for
Thank
interviewing me.
you.
All right.
All righty. See you soon.
Same here.
All right, guys, that was Kevin Little for you guys. Oh my God, I am elated, literally to take his interview. You can see all the interviews once again on my channel. I shall see you soon. This is your host, DJ Donna, signing off for now.
Yo, this your boy Kevin Little. Gotta say maximum respect to my boy DJ Killer.